Hey MC 2021, welcome back to APGT channel. This is Connie.
This is Phileas.
Today we are going to continue the topic of virtual planning support. If you haven't watched the video yesterday, please go back and watch it before this video.
Yesterday we mentioned about the most important things in the planning output itself, and we know that probably a lot of you still getting to understand different outputs format as well as trying to figure out what are the connections between the deliverables from APA Operation Summit, Academy, your MCP, as well as us like regional manager.
To make your life easier, and we don't want you to feel lonely during the process, so based on the timeline of planning, we divide you into different groups. Here you can find your group teammate's name, and of course, we know that it's not that easy for you to always communicate in each other, so that's why we have our regional support team member, which is Kate and also Bricky, to design some funny activities for you to actually get to know with each other. In the planning outputs, if you already reviewed the yesterday check bar, then you will actually find that we already start to have the progress bar based on the groups. Wow! Let's stay tuned and then to see who will be our champion for the group in the planning process.
Second one, let's go with the output of the timeline. We know that it's not easy to finish everything in this timeline, but actually it's also not that hard if we try to do it one by one and if we do it together.
Double kill!
So here is the suggested timeline for you to finish the things. You can find this in the link aies.ec/APMC Planning 2021.
Now let's enter the explanation towards planning output. If you are OGT, you can come to here. If you are IGT, just stay with me. So in IGT planning output, there are 5 additional planning outputs from regional office side. The first one is about your pre-attraction output. So if you still remember the session in the OP Summit, then you will remember that first we want you to think about what is the burning question, and second, select the strategic SOPs activities to think about what can be done to solve your burning questions, and then it will help you to consolidate your strategy towards your function. So this activity should be actually done before your planning, and if you haven't really done, make sure that you have a conversation with your predecessor, and if you already know that the time is really limited, then make sure that you finish your plan about the pre-attraction, list down the specific deadline, and then make sure that you are going to finish it before the attraction. And the second one is about SND form and also the SND information. So for IGT, first we need you to actually fill what it will be your potential focus area and all of the JDs and fields required from the OJEC side. So make sure you are going to fill the SND form. And of course, we also trying to collect some more information where you can actually see from the SND tool, which is not concluded inside of the SND form. So this part needs to be done before IC, so you can actually have a good conversation with your IR partners. During the IC or after the IC, of course, you will have a lot of conversation with your IR partners, right? So down, that's why we are preparing this IR alignment tracking tool, and you can see that trying to identify the key elements that you need to talk with your IR partner during the conversation. And if you can switch there, you can see Europe has already started to view it. So some of you are, if you have already finished your planning, you can actually start to update there. If you already have some, IR partners, it's settled. The fourth part is partner attraction strategy. So if you notice, after IC, we actually have a co-working space where you can actually settle down your partner attraction and CRM strategy. So if you move to the spreadsheet here, you can figure out that I have already put some examples. For example, your attraction strategy, your attraction activities, and also your CRM strategy, your CRM calendar. Maybe you will be confused that, hey, what about during the MC planning, my functional strategy, it's already about partner attraction. Yeah, of course, then maybe you can just directly take the template there, copy it to your MC functional strategy sheet, and then you can also bring it during the co-working space so we can give you feedback, or you want to discuss with your co-MCs, that will be also great. And the fifth part would be customer journey. So customer journey, we have two spaces. One is with you. So we will prepare a workshop together with OGT. You can actually brainstorm what kind of co-delivery space or activities that we can drive better towards apply to approve. And the second one is about customer journey for partners. So once you settle down your partner attraction strategy, then we will encourage you to think about the customer journey based on different channels. Yeah. So if you don't really have time for that, or you feel confused about how to do that, you can also wait for the regional co-working space. I think that's all for the planning output regarding IGT side. So I hope you like it. And then last one is that I want to explain about why we will have additional regional planning outputs. It's because in the last year, it's been really hard for us to coach MCs, because everyone probably will use different format of the strategy, and then it's really hard for regional manager to check, to understand. And also at the same time, I have been in planning in MC and also regional manager before, so I know that in the team planning, sometimes these types of the strategy and areas, we didn't have time to really go through and details about that. So that's why we think these topics are really valuable towards the MC operations. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed today's video and also enjoy what we are preparing for you. And I want to see you in the regional consultancy space and also regional co-working space. Yay!
In terms of additional planning output for OGT, there will be 5 different deliverables. The first one will be about pre-attraction plan and implementation. Before we have a tools for collecting every entity that pre-attraction plan, most probably you will hear from your predecessor before. So you can find it in this link. And what is happening there was like we defined our burning questions that we have right now, and we decide what are the strategic SOP we're going to focusing on in order to help us to solve that issue. So this part, like, we should have been done before lining, but if you haven't done, please make sure talk to your predecessor, finish it before your attraction start. For this part, because you're gonna synergy with marketing for pre-attraction as well, so make sure you also have involved your marketing into this conversation, create the output together. So the second part will be about S&D form and information. So here you can find a Google form which we will collect your focus field, JD and duration after you decide your planning. This information are very important because after we gathering it, we can show you how the whole regional S&D look like, and it will help you better in terms of like IR alignment during IC. So make sure you finish it before 4th of July. So that's why we can release all the information to you before IC happening. And then you can align your IR partnership. The third part, it will be about S&D tool, which is like you can see here, there's IR alignment trackers, which we have listed like some of the conversation that you must have during your IR partnership. So please, like, we encourage you during IC, you're gonna talk to a lot of your IR partner, updating it there as well. So that's why it will be easiest for regional manager us like to follow up on what's really happening on your IR partnership. So if you go into other tabs, you'll be able to see like Europe has been filling it already. So make sure like we also fill in as well, and that's why we can coordinate it in a better way. So the fourth part, it will be about attraction strategy design. So in the coming time, we're going to release a tool for you guys very soon to put down your attraction strategy based on your focus field, job description, duration in different target market, as well as we will let you guys to also put down your attraction campaign, at least the first one that you have, like, into that place. So that's why we'll be able to see different entity, how does the attraction strategy look like. We can learn from each other, as well as you can also bring it to our co-working space after IC. So both me and me can going to feedback you guys on like how you can improve your attraction strategy as well as your campaign itself. Last but not least, if you still have time, you can work on customer journey mapping for youth. So in this part, we will look into how we can identify and convert different leads based on different duration, field, and job description to our different IR partner for it. So if you don't have time to work on it, it's also alright, because after IC, we're going to have co-working space between OGT and IGT together. This information is gonna be very crucial for us because based on our last year experience, every entity have different way on planning as well as presenting information. So that's why when it come to afterward, come to alignment, it will be a bit hard for us as regional manager to align and also start some IR conversation that can be happening in the region. So please really help us to fill in, and we will be very grateful for it. That's all for today's update.
If you have any feedback or suggestion or question towards the planning output and overall activities, just approach us, and then we will really love to hear from your voice. And of course, if you want to add more requests towards our topic in the co-working space, or if you want to improve our planning output tools, we are also very welcome to hear about that. Yeah, if you like our today's video, remember to comment or to like and also subscribe our channel. So thank you so much. Bye.